Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm Arif, your cloud learning journey partner. In today's video, I'm gonna cover a very interesting topic, that is top 5 web application attack in 2024. So suppose you do have a web application and you deployed your application in a cloud environment, and now we need to protect your application because there are a lot of new attacks are coming up each and every single day. So you really need to know what are the main threats to your application, and nowadays it's very important to take the security part very seriously, because if you don't do it, then your data will be compromised, and it's very bad for your organization's reputation, and also you're gonna face a big amount of penalty because the data got breached. Well, after watching today's video, you'll have a complete understanding about the top 5 web application attacks that you really need to take seriously. And I'm also going to share some tips that will help you to remediate these attacks. Well, before I start the video, I just want to talk about myself. I'm Arif. I do have more than 8 years of experience in cloud computing and cybersecurity. I hold multiple certification in AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Beside that, I also hold CI, SSP, and CCSP certification. Well, this channel is all about cloud computing and cybersecurity and career IT career related tips. So if you are interested in this field, this channel is definitely for you. I'm gonna upload a tons of videos related to this topic, so please like and subscribe to my channel so you can see my upcoming videos. Without further delay, let's get started. Alright, so the first web application attack that I'm gonna talk about today is this cross-site scripting. So in cross-site scripting, what happens is that it's a kind of like injection attack where the threat actor inserts data such as malicious script into the content from the trusted website, and the malicious code is then included with the dynamic content delivered into a victim's browser. To make it more simple, let's look into a diagram for this one. So this diagram, so there are two entities mainly. One is the attacker, the other one is the website user or the victim, and the middle portion is a website which is used by the attacker as a medium. So what the attacker does at the very beginning, attacker injects the website with a malicious script that will execute in another user's browser. So the script will be in the website, and what happens then when the victim or the website user visit the website, the malicious script will be activated each time when it is visited by the victim. And after that, the third point, what happens is that some attacks, the victim cookies or the credential or sensitive information are revealed to the attacker. So in this way, the attacker is using the website as a medium to get sensitive information from the victim users. So this is a very common attack, and there are a few type of cross-site scripting in here. So there are mainly 3 types of cross-site scripting. The first one is stored cross-site scripting. Also, it's called the persistent cross-site scripting, and it's the most damaging type of cross-site scripting attack. So here, the attacker injects the malicious script, also called as a payload. The malicious script also we can call as a payload. The payload is stored permanently on the target application, such as a database. So here, the payload or the malicious script will always be there in the database of the website. And this is the most damaging kind of cross-site scripting, so it's very dangerous. The next one is reflected cross-site scripting. So it's the most common one. So what happens in here, that the attacker must deliver the payload to the victim. So here the attacker is doing some sort of social engineering stuff to make the victim to visit the website using the payload, because the payload is already delivered to the victim. So this is called reflected cross-site scripting. The last type of cross-site scripting attack is named as DOM-based cross-site scripting. So it's more of a like advanced level of attack, and here what happens that it is only possible when the web application client-side script writes user-provided data to the DOM. DOM stands for document object model. So we're going to cover this in a future video in more detailed way. So now a good question could be, how can we remediate this sort of attacks so that our web application will be secure? So there are a few points that we can follow. So how do we prevent the cross-site script? The first thing is that escaping user input. So this is one of the best way to prevent cross-site scripting. So escaping means taking the data of application has received and ensuring it's secure before rendering it to the user. So we have to do a checkup in here. And the second thing we can also do is to sanitize users input. So we need to clean the potential executable characters. So there should be some rules in the backend to check whether it's malicious input for the web application. The third thing is validation input. It is very important. It makes certain an application is rendering the correct data, that the malicious data does not harm the website. So we need to really take care of this thing if we really want to escape these cross-site scripting attacks. The second web application attack that we're going to talk about today is SQL injection. So first let's go through the definition. What is SQL injection? So SQL injection is a web application vulnerability that allows an attacker to interfere with the queries that an application makes to the database. So basically here the attacker is targeting the database of the application, and from there they are trying to retrieve some information that is supposed to be confidential, like username and password or some other sensitive information. So here's a diagram where I will explain it better. So here maybe the bad actor here, and he is sending some queries to the application database. So here you can see some queries where he is requesting for all the password and all the usernames that are stored under the database. So just imagine you do have a web application, and it has billions of users, and they have their password. So if some attacker exploit the Crosssite the SQL injection and got all the username and password, so that means your web application is compromised. So we really need to take it seriously, because whenever your web application is in live environment, then there's high potential that someone somewhere is trying to hack your system to get this sort of informations. And SQL injection is one of the major attacks that they try to do. So here, what is the impact of successful SQL injection attack? So here, the sensitive information like password, credit card details, personal information, the username, password, all can be compromised by the SQL injection, because here we're targeting the database where all sensitive information we usually store. So here is some ways we can detect SQL injection vulnerability. We can the single code character and look for error and other anomalies. So here are some suggestions here. So what I'm gonna do in this video description, I'm gonna add these links of this box so that you can go through all of them in details. And for each of these attacks, in future I'm gonna create a new video for each and single attack, so where I can explain in detailed way. So here are some detection techniques are mentioned in here, and also here we can see some suggestion like how we can remediate or make sure that our application is okay and it can't be a victim of this SQL injections. The third most popular web application attack in 2024 is Crosssite Request Forgery. In short, we can also call it CSRF. This is a very interesting one. So here what happens is that it's a vulnerability where the attacker performs actions while impersonating another user. So for an example, it can be very simple one, like transferring funds to an attacker's account, changing a victim's email address, or even changing or redirecting the pizza delivery address to the attacker's address. So it's like impersonating another user. So here we're going to look into the diagram, like how it actually happens. So if you look into this one, so here are 3 steps that we need to look closely. The first one is that hacker creates a malicious site, looks like a legitimate site. So here he or she is creating a fake website, and it looks like similar to the main website. And second step is that they share the link through email or social media. So here they're doing some sort of social engineering. So they are sending email in bulk, so that when people will see these links, and they're gonna just click those links. And the third step, a potential victim opens the link thinking they are going to the legitimate website, but the truth is it's a trap, and if they visit there, they will perform some activities for them, and they will share some critical information, sensitive information, and their account will be compromised. So it's the very important is that whenever you see a link, you shouldn't click it if you are not sure that it's coming from something legitimate website. So here we can also see that CRF mitigation. So here are some strategies or the ways we can follow to make sure that our website is not a victim of this sort of CRF attacks. The first thing is that CSRF tokens. So it's one of the most important part, like when the mitigation strategy is used to use a random and unique token for use in HTTP requests. So it's a very good way to mitigate CSRF attacks. The second one is also related to something like that, is the like same site token. So it's also a very good strategy. And here all the things are mentioned in details. I'm gonna attach the link under my description, video description. And the last thing that you can do to remediate this sort of CSRF attack is to renew the authentication for security credential actions. The fourth web application attack that we need to be aware of is denial of service, distribute of denial service. In short, we can call it DDoS attack. So this is a pretty cool one. So here what happens is that in this attack, the malicious attempt to distribute the normal traffic of a target server. So think about it. Whenever you deploy a application in a server, the server has a limited resources. Like it has limited CPU, it has limited RAMs, and it can handle a certain specific number of requests at the same time. So what happens that your server's limitation is 1,000 requests, and all of a sudden your server is getting maybe 100,000 of requests. The ultimate result would be your server gonna crash because it can't handle that many of requests. So, and these requests that you're getting is not a legitimate request, it's are coming from the bot. So here if I show you something, it will make more sense to you, is this one. So here you can see that a lot of bots. So here we can call all of this a bot. So first, a lot of bots, with the thing that we're referring as bot are computers, but they are handled or managed by an attacker, and those computers are compromised. So the attacker somewhere is controlling thousands of computers, and they're using this computer or workstation to send requests to your website to crash it. And there are different sort of results as an outcome. The first one is here. First one is that HTTP flat. So here this is a type of response that you get when you get this sort of DDoS attack. So this attack is similar to the pressing refresh in the HTTP browser over and over again, and on many different computer at once. So it's a HTTP flood attack. And the next one is a protocol attack. So this is also a type of DDoS attack. The next one is sync flood attack. So whenever we send a request to a website, a web application, so there are some web application handshake happens, and in the sync we are just sending requests, but the other computers are not replying back. So this sync are always open, it's not getting acknowledged, and for that reason your server will crash because it will run out of memory. So that's one type of. So there's different sort of attacks related to the DDoS, and here are some processes or mitigation that we can follow to remediate this DDoS attack. The first one is black hole routing. The next one is rate limiting. We can also use web application firewall to see if we do have any sort of attack. In cloud computing, especially in AWS, we do have AWS web application firewall and some other services, other security services where we can actively manage this sort of DDoS attacks. The fifth and last one that is pretty popular as a web application attack is security misconfiguration. It happens most of the time. So what happens is that, like, we deploy our application, in servers and DBs, but we don't make sure that all the things, the security configurations are top notch. Maybe we are keeping some ports open, which shouldn't be the case. Maybe the network settings are not good. Maybe we are not deploying our database in a private subnet so that it can only be accessed from the front end of the web application, and someone from outside, a malicious attacker, can explore this, and then they can attack our DB directly. So there are many scenarios like the security misconfiguration can happen, and the ultimate result would be like a data breach, so which is very bad for your organization, or even if you are holding some very sensitive data, or you are holding some data from European clients. If your data gets compromised, then you have to pay a big penalty, because then the GDPR terms will be applicable for you, and you have to pay for it. So you have to take the security very seriously. So in today's video, we have explored the top 5 application attacks in 2024, and I have tried to explain it in a very short way, because each attack is huge to explain. So today's video is more of a summary, but in future, I assure you that for each type of attack that I mentioned today, I'm gonna make an individual video for this sort of attack, where we will talk in details and we'll learn more about it, and we'll see like how to remediate these attacks. Well, that's all for today. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel so that you can see my upcoming videos. If you want me to cover any specific topic, please also let me know under the comment section, and I'm gonna do that for you. So that's all. Have a great and wonderful day.